Hi friends, it's Queen Alita, and I'm here today to share a prophetic message based on a dream that I had on November 1st this year. I just want to welcome you back to the channel, and if you're new, welcome. I have a quick disclaimer, especially if you're new. It's just really important to remember that not every prophetic message that I put on this channel is meant for you. You may be watching this video and you may want to run with the word, but you have to ask the Lord to confirm the word to you specifically. He speaks to all of us. He loves all of us. He doesn't favor any in terms of just speaking to us. He will confirm his word to you, okay? So make sure you take it back to him if it resonates with you. And I know that for others, this will be a confirmation of what God has been saying. So I really encourage you to continue to, press into him and seek him on any questions you may have, anything that you may not understand or that you need clarity on. Just take that to him. It's so important that you have that relationship with him for yourself, okay? So, like I said, I had this dream November 1st, and I remember seeing a couple in the dream. They were together but not together. They were in the house, they were in their parents' house, if I can put it that way, okay? And particularly the parents' bedroom. And I remember seeing somebody, there was a person who was cleaning up, like a housekeeper, just cleaning up in the area, or I just knew that was their job, that's what they were doing. And as this person was cleaning up, this woman was cleaning up, she found some money that belonged to the woman, and she kind of put it on a table, on a side table, and the woman and the man were both getting ready for something. It's almost as if they were getting ready for the same thing, but the man was in a different part of the house. He was in the one bathroom, and she was in the bathroom that was in the parents' bedroom, if that makes sense. And then when the woman picked up the money that was found by the housekeeper, it had initially came across as though it was just, a lesser amount, but actually it was a lot more than what was depicted earlier on in the dream. So that was pretty much the dream. And the Lord was speaking to me about this dream today, and he was really speaking about, relationships and any kind of agreement, those relationships. It could be a contractual relationship of some kind, and those are very vast. So if this word is for you and there is a contractual situation that you're not quite there yet, even though you are in agreement, but there's certain things that need to be sorted out first. What the Lord was showing me was that this couple just represents the two parties to a contract, whether it could even be a situation where the people are married, or even where there is a promise of marriage, right? That's one of the scenarios, or at least two of the scenarios that God did highlight, but he didn't exactly highlighted only for marriage. So just to give you some examples, so the parents' bedroom in the dream representing an intimate place with the Lord, the parents representing that Father and Holy Spirit, the presence of the Holy Spirit, the fact that there was a housekeeper. Where I come from, we call them helpers. So who is our helper? And that is the Holy Spirit. So this person represented the Holy Spirit, who was doing a cleaning process. And what the Lord was showing me is that the Holy Spirit is working on you and working also on the other party, like just clearing up some things and clearing up the space so that it is conducive, it's livable, the conditions are conducive to the relationship, to this contractual agreement. And there is a preparation process, is a getting ready that the Lord is doing in both parties at the moment. So he's preparing both parties separately, even though they were in the same house. So it's to say that the agreement is still intact. They're still in agreement. They still understand each other. And I also got the sense in the dream that there wasn't really a lot of communication between the two parties. So you may not currently be having the same amount of communication that you had before. It could be, like I said, it could be anything, a contractual thing where, at first things were like really taking off, and then all of a sudden something may have happened where it slowed things down. In some instances it went really quiet. In some instances it's like, oh, we just gotta pause a bit or whatever. So there's that sense of just being still in that contractual agreement, still knowing that both parties are in it, but really haven't been in constant communication. And there's a preparation process happening to bring that together. And then the money in the dream that was found, that was kind of placed there belonging to the woman in the dream, really was a surprise to her in the dream. And so the Lord is speaking about surprise and coming in abundance, because there was an amount that she thought it was, but then it turned out to be more. So it's going to be multiplied. It's going to be more than what you think. When this thing comes together, there's going to be so much favor. Every time I have a dream and there's certain symbols, I always ask God, what do you mean in this dream? Why did you use this symbol in this dream? Because in one dream it could mean one thing, and I used to apply that one meaning to every dream, and sometimes I get so confused, and God had to teach me to say, most things have many different aspects to them. Money can talk about cost depending on what's happening in the dream. It can talk about value. It can talk about favor. So you have to understand what is the dream saying. And in this dream I had the strong sense of favor and value, and just a treasure, almost like a hidden treasure that you forgot was there, that this thing is certain, it is there, it's happening, and it's going to be just abundantly favored. That's what I was thinking, just more than you think, more than you expect. So whatever it is that the Lord is doing, that you felt like, oh man, this thing was really going great, but it's been paused, or there's been kind of like a separation of the parties, even though there's still agreement. God is saying he's working that out. There's a preparation going, there's a cleanup process that's happening, and he's going to bring it together, and it's going to be just abundantly favorable to you. And just like this hidden treasure, this surprise hidden treasure that you were missing is going to be given to you. And what the Lord was ministering to my heart through this whole message was just, sometimes things may seem impossible for God. They may seem like, how is God actually going to do this? Like, I know that this thing isn't completely done. It's not completely over. But there are all these obstacles, there are all these things that need to be sorted out, and we still seem to be having issues here and issues there. And God is saying that nothing is too hard for him. He gave me Jeremiah 32 verse 27, and he says, I am the Lord, the God of all the peoples of the world. Is anything too hard for me? He is the God of every single person on earth. He's the God of all creation. Is anything too hard for him? He created all of this. If he created all of this, do you think that this thing would be too hard for him to work out? I have a sense of some of you really, really struggling with seeing that outcome, seeing how it can actually come to pass, almost wanting to say, you know what, God, maybe I was wrong. Maybe I didn't hear you correctly. And you know what? It's okay. I can admit it and just let this thing go. And God is saying, this thing is certain. It's just a cleanup that needs to happen. And he needs you to stand on your faith. He needs you to stand on the last thing that he told you to do. If he told you to hold on, to not walk away, to stay in the deal, to stay in whatever that contractual agreement is, then that's what you do, no matter how it looks. It's winds and waves. It's all just winds and waves. You are going to get to the destination God promised. So that is the word for today, friends. I pray that it's blessed whoever it's for. I hope you're all having a wonderful weekend, and I'll catch you in the next video. Always remember that God is a good Father. He loves you so much, because you, my friend, are deeply, deeply special to Him.